Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make your molded carpet. So you basically have three options. You can buy a stitched one, a molded one, and a used one, of course. The stitched ones are made with machines, which creates big seams on the back. The molded ones are great, but they're expensive, so I will show you to make something in the middle. First of all, I want to say that this is a little bit over-tightened and it will loosen over time, so it will be less visible, like this seam or like this seam here. You can't really tell that there is a seam. It just needs to loosen up over time. Anyways, so let's start. First, I want to tell you that you can't make it out of one piece. You have to split it into multiple sections. The one will be like this. You can see the line here, and you probably ask yourself, hey, how do you do these lines? So here it's a flat part, then the curve starts. You make the line on the edge where it's still flat and the curve hasn't started. So you make a piece like this. The edge is missing, but with a little bit of fancy you can recreate it. Then the next piece will be this. I put an extension on, so it will cover a little bit more of the side. Just to hide the insulation, I will put in. You can see it's longer here, but I've also duplicated this part. If you want, you can. If you want, you just leave it like this, or you just make it like this and fold it. So here is a triangle. You can see I've marked it. You also have to cut it and make a separate piece out of it. And then here you also cut it and make a separate piece out of it. If you want, you can extend it. If you want, you make it like stock. And then this part here, if you want to duplicate a part like this, it's fairly easy. What you do is, my foot hanging. Yes, what you do is you cut it only slightly like this, and it will allow you to bend it. Or you just cut it entirely and then you stitch it together, and it will be the same good, but do whatever you like. Then you make this part here, from here to here. You also make this part, by the way, and you have to put a relief cut on there. Then the last part is this part here, which is a triangle. It starts here, 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 and you may ask yourself, hey, how do you do that? You just take the fresh wrap you have in your house, you put it like that. I mean, you have to do fresh wrap. You blow at it so there are no wrinkles in there and it's full flat. You mark it with a permanent marker. You take it, you put it over your carpet material. Okay, now this isn't big enough, but you get the point. And you put tape over it and tape it on there so it doesn't move where you're cutting with. And always make it a little bit bigger, because you can't add material that easy, but you can trim easy. I mean, if you if there's something missing, or you have to stitch some on, or you have to start again, whatever you like. And then the last part will be this seam. You can't really duplicate it, and you can't really duplicate it. You have to make it a separate with the same clear wrap method, and you can use it everywhere. For here, everywhere you like. You can use a clear wrap. It's very helpful. Also, if you have cracks like this, use a staple gun and staple them together so it doesn't change the form of the carpeting, so you get it exact. One last thing, while doing this part, you can do it without release cuts, but I wouldn't do it because it wouldn't look that good. I mean, it would push a little bit outside. Here you can see, okay, of course it's going to push a little bit out when it's installed and glued on, but you can see I made release cuts here, here, and here, and here. Made one here. Let me show you from back so you can see it. One here, and one here. But you also see it yourself. I mean, when it has a lot of pressure of it, it kind of kinks. You can see that there is excess material back here, and then you cut there. You remove some material until it's flush or the form you desire it to be. In this case, when you make the release cuts, you want your carpet to be on your fender or on your properly laid up carpet. This is not properly laid up. You have to use a box which will lift this. You put a glass behind so it lifts this, and then you have to glue this like this. And this isn't still perfect, but it does the job. So you do it like this, and then you can see where you need relief cuts. So the next thing I will show you is how do I stitch something to make it look like this. I mean, you can barely see it. So let's move to this part. Here I prepared a small example. I can't show you an entire seam of a carpet because it takes hours or a long time. It depends on the size of it. So you put it like that. Here's the carpet showing out. You make it like that. No, sorry. When you start it, you make it like this. I actually did a bit wrong now, but it doesn't matter because it's only an example. So, and then what you want to do is you want to use a nautical knot, which is, here is your string. From up, you move it through here. Come on. Through here. You tightened it up pretty good. Then from here, you go from downside and you move it again through there. So it's the opposite as the thing you did previously. This will ensure you a good knot. So now you can start. I do this so it won't loosen up by itself. Now you go from here to there, and then you tighten it up. Some crap sometimes happens. And then you go from here to there. From here to there. So from one side to the other side. So it's difficult from here to there. Usually you have to make a little bit smaller distance between every stitch so it gets stronger. And then you want to tighten everything up like this. Like this. Tighten it really good or you will be able to see the seams. If you over tighten it, it's not a big deal. You will see it like on the edge of the fender, but over time it will loosen a little bit and it will look better. And I think it still looks damn good. Then like this. And then like that. You can get the point from one side to the other point. But only on the edge. You don't go through this like this, only on the edge, from the middle to the outside. Or if you will be able to see the stitches, it wouldn't be that good because it would look like the other carpets out there. And you don't want that. Then like this, one more stitch or two. Then you make it tight again.